Valentine. Can I hit the making what temperature they rise? If you leave me, I go die. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never need a back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. Yeah, my love one thing. We make a bad man feel.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Miss Fonda coming to you by way of My Curvy Life on this evening. Hopefully, everyone is enjoying their evening and have had a wonderful day and a wonderful week thus far, even though it just kind of got started. But I wanted to come in and just say, again, guys, I can't say thank you enough. I thank you so much for being a support for My Curvy Life. You do not know what that means to me that you support My Curvy Life. All right. I just want you guys to know that nothing happens without you. And I always say that, but I sincerely mean that. And so I thank you again. Always. Thank you for your support. Also from my co-host, Mrs. Latanya Jones and Miss Lasagna Jones. We thank you. Of course, you know, they will be in the comment section, loving on you and welcoming you into this community. Tonight, we do have a special guest. I'm so excited, and I don't want to keep her waiting too long, but we're going to talk about banking on tonight, y'all. Credit scores and things of that nature. And she is going to come in and just share with us some golden nuggets. I appreciate her for saying yes to the cause. She did not have to do that. And I just always thank all my guests. And I'm always so excited about all of my guests. Just a few announcements. I want to thank you all who supported the Spring into Flawlessness with Mary Kay Cosmetics. Me and my team, we did have on April 22nd a shindig, and it was absolutely marvelous, and we're going to be doing more of those. I'm going to be incorporating in the month of May, I'm going to be incorporating having a brunch, facial and brunch once a month, guys, and that location I do have, but I'm going to be putting out flyers on that. So anyone who is interested in trying or experiencing the lift with Mary Kay Cosmetics, you're more than welcome to come to that brunch, okay? You can have a nice breakfast, and then we'll get right down to business. And then if we hanging any later, you can also have lunch too, okay? And that will be the Golden Corral, y'all, on 72nd and would that be Sorensen? I will start having a once a month facial brunch. So I'm so excited about launching that. I want to say also in the month of May, we're going to start back with our Mondays. And I think I'm going to start back with no fried food Mondays, the month of May. So hopefully we'll be able to get that going. Again, thank you all for your support in this community. I cannot make anything happen without you. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and bring our guest in. I'm so excited about it. I'm just pulling up her bio here so that I don't miss anything, but let me go ahead and get her entered in. Give me just a moment. Hopefully you all are enjoying spring. Yes, finally, it's here. All right, let me get her in just a moment. Well, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, Fonda.
Hey, yes, I can hear you. Hey, everybody. I am so excited to read this bio. We're going to jump right in with the bio first, if that's okay, Miss Sanders.
That's okay.
So her bio reads, I am Terry Ann Sanders, a native of Omaha, Nebraska, and I currently reside in Bellevue. I am married to Lewis Sanders Jr., and together we have 5 sons and 14 grandchildren. I am a graduate of Omaha's Creighton University, where I hold a bachelor's degree in leadership and in communications. In 2019, I was also inducted into Creighton's Alpha Sigma Lambda National Honor Society. I might have messed that up. You can correct me later. I have worked in the financial industry for 30 years, serving mostly in retail banking in various capacities. I currently work for Veridian Credit Union, and in late 2022, I was named the Credit Union's Community Inclusions Coordinator, talking about how important credit is and what does banking offer are perfect topics. I also featured on WOWT Channel 6 Omaha every day, once a month, where I have the opportunity to highlight various financial topics such as credit, savings, and financial literacy, to name a few. Looking for, she is looking forward to talking to us on today. Let us welcome, and I'm going to be the whole audience here for My Curvy Life, Miss Terry Ann Sanders.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here today, Fonda.
Oh, thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate you so much. You know, I'm just trying to get this community to get some golden nuggets and people like you that have been in a particular environment for over 30 years, banking, finances. Girl, congratulations. You know, you have. Wow, that's amazing. You don't get that too often these days. This is longevity we talking about here.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's so much going on with you, but we're going to take it step by step. I don't want to rush like into everything. But what I want to start out with, Miss Terry, you have been in banking for 30 years.
Absolutely.
What can you share with us that is most important when it comes to banking, as far as with credit, your credit score? Can we start there? Because a lot of people don't know, and I'll admit I know a little bit, but what is a great credit score and what is a poor credit score? Can we start there?
Absolutely, Fonda. But before I go there, I do want to say, because I would be remiss if I didn't say that this is my greatest passion. Outside of being a
Yes.
mother and being a grandmother and a wife, this is my greatest passion. And I've always said that God didn't bless me with my gifts, my skills, my experience for me and my education, but so that I could be a blessing to somebody else. So
Yes.
it gives me the greatest satisfaction to be able to do so. Um, with that being said, I have to give God his due and actually give credit where credit is due, because I wouldn't be where I am today without him. So, to answer your question, though, it's just not about credit score. It's about the content, the meat and potatoes that make up the credit score. So there's those 5 C's of credit: capacity, character. That speaks to how you pay your bills.
Okay.
The ability to pay things back, to just name a few. So a lot of creditors focus on that, but if nothing else, I think that as a culture, we have been a little bit neglectful, if you will, about educating our children and our grandchildren and the community as a whole. Because we come from a community where we just trying to survive, right? So,
Right.
growing up in subsidized housing and never thought that I'd have the education that I have or the career that I have. So again, being able to give back, but it starts at home. It starts with something very, very minor. This month itself is we're focusing on a financial literacy month, especially to the children. And so this is youth financial literacy month, and we're starting with the children. We're talking about, it's never too early to talk to kids about money, right? So about wants and needs, everything from going to the grocery store to letting them earn money around the house, to just starting those conversations when they ask for something. But credit is very important. Credit is very important because it speaks to how You're gonna have a future. What you gonna have in the future, and it just it just really teaches you some discipline and how you should go about doing things. Credit is very important. A good credit score is relative to what you're trying to achieve. So if you're looking to get a house, most creditors look at home ownership from a standpoint of those lower 700s and up. Again, depending on what you're looking to buy, what kind of collateral you have, which is one of the 5 C's of credit. So again, relative to the financial that you're attempting to borrow from, but you want to be in those 6s and 700s. When you get below 600, you're gonna have some problems.
And I was going to allow you to talk about what you just spoke on toward the end, but I'm glad that you elaborated and you gave your glory to God for and told us that this is your passion. And I feel in any field that you spend a good quality of time in, it has to be something that means a lot to you. And so I commend you on, having the passion in this capacity. A lot of people kind of shy away from credit and banking and different things of that nature. But I'm glad you explained to us that, it's not just so much as the credit score, but it's also how you handle your bills, how you pay your bills, if they're being paid on time, and, how disciplined you are.
Absolutely.
So being in banking, and I know there's different aspects to banking, and I believe you said in your bio in the beginning you were into retail. Now, at this point, you have actually been promoted and you do a whole different job than, what you were doing as far as the financial part of banking, correct?
Absolutely.
But this is what I wanted to ask you before we get into your new position, or current position, we're going to say. How important is it to have a checking account and have a savings account? Now, I know those questions to you might be kind of like minor, but there's people out here that may not and know as of yet. They may be just growing and getting into. Because I've known people that, I don't have a checking account. It's like, how important is it to have a checking account and a savings account these days?
Absolutely. And again, we come from a community that, we didn't have a lot of education. A lot of us in the community didn't have a lot of education on saving money, on having checking accounts. A lot of people don't trust the banking industry. They feel like I just put my money under my mattress, or I bury it in the backyard, or I'll put it in the closet, or what have you. But know that, first of all, whether you bank with a bank or a credit union, your funds are federally insured. So if you hide your money in the backyard or put it under your mattress and your house burned down, guess what? Your money is gone. So just know that when you trust the bank, it's important to build a relationship with somebody at a financial. Ain't that right, Fonda?
Oh yes,
I believe I am your banker as well, and I put your business out there. I am your banker as well. But it's important to build that foundation and that relationship, and so it's important to have your funds where you save them, where you're financially secure. Your primary, I like to call it your PFI, your primary financial institution, somewhere where your money is safe, where you can watch it grow, where you can be educated. Do your homework. I mean, so when you're looking for a bank to bank with, what you want to ask yourself is, what's in it for me? Because there's a lot of competition out there. So you want to know, what do they have to offer to me? You want to, again, make sure your money is federally insured, whether it's through the FDIC or the NCUA, which stands for National Credit Union Association. But you want to make sure your money is safe and secure. You want to bank with someone who is sound. I know we recently heard in the news all the stories about a lot of the banks that went under, the Silicon Valley banks, the Bitcoin. Again, you want to bank with someone, do your research the same way you do for somewhere to live and somewhere to work. Where you put your money at is you want to do some education there as well. So it's really important having direct deposit, knowing that your money is going to be there, your money is going to be accessible, and it's going to be safe. Knowing what you're going to get out of it, whether it be a high rate of return, that's interest, whether it be some
Mhm.
extra perks, such as you get this free or you get that free. If you open an account here, they'll waive this, that, and the other. What am I going to get for opening my account there? That's what you want to look at. That's what you want to ask yourself.
Wow. And as you stated, having a personal relationship or a relationship with your banker is a definite plus. Your banker is going to direct you in the correct route to take and go. They're going to give you everything, all the information that you need. No, nothing left out. You have to trust your banker, and it definitely benefits you because you have more of a security with trusting and knowing that your banker is looking out for your best
Oh,
interests.
sure. That's for sure. I even had when you build that rapport and that relationship, you can call your banker when you can't call anybody else. I had a couple of clients of mine that were on vacation with their children and with their adult children, who was giving them a gift of a vacation in Hawaii. But when they get to Hawaii, they find out that all these other amenities and were not covered by this gift that they got, and they needed $10,000. So they were able to call me. We were able to facilitate some things, get a loan done really quick. I was able to do things online and have things sent to me, paperwork mailed to me, emailed to me, if you will, and was able to take care of them. Again, you want to bank with someone that trusts you, that can call you by name, that may even know your children's name, where you can get some things done. It's about, again, building those relationships, again, and that's where my passion is.
Wow, that's amazing. I would have been over in Hawaii like, Lord Jesus. But
Let me call Terry, right?
exactly. Quickly. So
Right.
yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing, Terry. So let's talk about some of the relationships that you built down through the years with banking. I'm sure you've built a lot of professional relationships. I'm
Definitely.
sure you've built a lot of personal relationships as well. You may have even gotten some friendships out of those relationships. What and you kind of answered this a little bit earlier. It's your passion, but how does it make you feel to really know that you've made a big difference in someone's life through the financial banking system?
It is the greatest satisfaction, I think, that one could achieve, knowing that you're able to help someone get from maybe the hills of bankruptcy, maybe financial ruin, maybe they living in a homeless shelter. Maybe so
Hmm.
sometimes life just happens, right? Everybody is
Yeah,
not irresponsible or reckless. Sometimes life just happens, whether it be a result of divorce, whether it be a result of I had to file bankruptcy because I have this life-changing illness and I had to stop paying my bills. Some of those things just happen, right? So again, you want to build
right,
that rapport, that relationship with someone, with a banker, with someone that you trust. So that's not forever. That's not a death sentence. That's not the end of all. Um,
right.
Things can change, and things can change quickly. Again, having that trust in someone, with that, I call it a high say do ratio, where that person can under promise and over deliver. And that is how I operate.
Wow. You know, let's go into your position that you hold right now. Now it goes kind of away from the financial part of things, but you're now more informative. You give more information.
Mhm.
Terry was recently, well, I'm not going to say recently, but kind of recently, promoted to a new position, and she was in the Omaha Star. Which is still a very nice local information piece, just in case you guys don't look at that anymore. That is our community, y'all. So please check out the Omaha Star. But she has been elevated into a new position. And can you just tell us a little bit more about that new position, Terry? Our
Absolutely. And
current position.
honestly find that position actually just aligns well with what I've always done. I've always had a passion for and been intentional about building those relationships and help getting people from one place to another. The position that I hold now as a community inclusion coordinator, it allows me to further those relationships through our community outreach programs, if you will. It allows me to connect with various nonprofit organizations. It allows me to have those financial relationships so that we can continue to get people that are in those underserved communities, unbanked communities, that may come from those marginalized communities, some of those that kind of feel like they've been forgotten about. We're also what's called an I-10 acceptance agent. For those that may be in the country and they don't have a social security number or an ITN number, we help them apply for those so that they can become banked as well, because, you know, everybody needs some kind of help. And so being in the position that I am now really helps me to do a lot of community outreach, and it really helps me to partner with those nonprofit organizations and offer things like our Money Moves. We call it a Money Moves program. That's where we have 6 sessions. We partner with the nonprofits such as the Urban League, Habitat for Humanity, Family Housing Advisory. We partner with that agency so that we can take their participants, take them through this 6-session course, and be able to help educate them through our financial literacy initiatives. At the end of that, we're able to have them open up a membership during those 6 sessions or during that course. They save up at least $250. We will match that for the purposes of maybe they don't have any credit, need to build credit. So we may do a secured credit card with the money that we match and what they save for $500. We can either get them a secured credit card to begin credit or to rebuild credit, or even put it into like a startup CD, which is a certificate of deposit, to help them on the road to saving money. So again, they can achieve that financial success. We offer another product. I specialize in another product called an IDA account, which is an individual development account. It is a match program. So for those people, because we know that the most effective way to build wealth is through home ownership. So with the purposes and intent of I'd like to own a home at some point, we've opened this IDA program. Unlike a lot of programs in the city, as long as you are at 80% or below of the area median income in Nebraska, which is about $72,000 a year, you would qualify to be in this program, as long as we haven't taken a loss from you as an organization. And if we have, there may be a workaround. But once you do that, you open up this program. It's a match program. So we give you between 6 months and 24 months to save a minimum of $25 a month, up to the maximum is $350, up to $2,000. At the end of that $2,000 capacity that you reach, I'll be able to match that. So you will have $4,000. There's money on the table, y'all. And we'll be able to, again, have funds for a down payment on a house, or help eliminate those barriers to home ownership that may exist because your debt to income is too high. Maybe your credit score is too low. I will work with you on a succession plan, you know, during that period to help you get in a better position, so that at the end of that program, we can eliminate those barriers and help you achieve home ownership, or paying off those barriers that are in the way from you achieving such.
Wow, Terry, I love it. I'm loving the community based in this environment, you know, because like you said, we do need that, and we've been maybe a little neglected when it came to a lot of information, whether, you know, you grew up not really knowing much about credit. I know back when it wasn't really about credit. It was about how long you held your job or how long you worked on your job. So now, you know,
which is a factor. Don't get me wrong, because there are some times where I have people that apply for loans, and maybe their credit isn't as great, and maybe, you know, and maybe they've had some issues, but they've had longevity on their job, and I'm able to look at where they're stable. They've been in their apartment or their living conditions, their residence for a long time. They've been on their job. They have the ability to pay the loan back. So I'm always looking for creative ways to say yes. Never know. And if it's no, it might be not right now, but let's work on this and see what we can do in 6 months.
That's wonderful. I love it. So, can I ask, is there a particular way that you have to apply for this assistance or this program that you were speaking with? Is there, how would someone apply for that?
Absolutely. They can go to our website. They can go to www.viridiancu.org. Click on financial literacy or education. They can scroll down and find me at the bottom there because I'm the only one in this position that's local in this region. They can contact me and I'll be more than happy to guide them, meet with them. Because I have what's called like a hybrid position, I'm actually stationed out of our Papillion office, right off of 72nd and Cornhusker, but I can go to any one of our locations to meet with our members or potential members, or I can even go to, if you're partnering with a nonprofit organization such as Holy Name Affordable Housing or Omaha Habitat for Humanity for Urban League, I can meet you at those organizations as well. Again, I like to try to find ways to say yes.
Gotcha. And you kind of answered my question there because I was wondering, do you have to have an account with Viridian in order to participate in any of these programs?
Yes, you do. And all it takes is $5 to open up what we call our member equity savings, and which is our membership fee. That takes it to open it. You don't have to, we don't keep it forever. At the end of your relationship with us, we give you that $5 back, but you open an account with $5 and then the sky's the limit.
Wow. Now, I know there's so many additional programs within Viridian that you guys offer. Do you offer like vacation clubs? Do you offer Christmas clubs? And if you do, can you kind of explain what those are and how those work?
Absolutely. So we are a full service financial institution. We are based out of the Des Moines, Ankeny, Waterloo area in Iowa, but we also are in 6 counties in Nebraska as well. So as long as you, again, open a membership, become a member of Viridian, being full service, we offer everything from mortgages, first mortgages to second mortgages to consumer loans to savings account, checking accounts. You can open up. We don't just have vacation accounts or holiday accounts, Christmas accounts. You name your own account. So you can open up an additional savings account, park your money there for whatever that purpose may be. And again, once you have that $5 membership, you are eligible to open up any of our services or products that we offer at Viridian.
Amazing. I love it.
I'm sorry. We even offer insurance, like car insurance, pet insurance, if you will. So again, homeowners insurance. So we're able to meet our members at the point of their need because again, we are full service.
I love it. I love it. And I can vouch for that because I am a member of this credit union. I love it. It's amazing, guys. So, and Terry is amazing. Let me tell you, I'm just so excited for you. I want to also, there may be somebody out there that may be considering getting into the finance business, the banking business. And with you being a 30-year veteran, I'm sure you can give them some golden nuggets or a little direction. If, someone is like, how do I start or where do I begin? I want to be, in a financial institution.
Absolutely. I've kind of worked my way up over these 30 years. And actually, my 30th year anniversary will be September 12th. So September 12th of this year will be 30 years. If I can be transparent with you for a moment, when I initially got into this banking field out of high school, I wasn't intent on being in the banking industry. I love to go to the bank with my mother, sign my check. You got to dress up, get your nails done. We like that. And you got to meet new people. That was really what my motivation was when I initially applied for a teller position in my early 20s, when I just had my baby, was just a baby. My oldest, if you will, was just a baby. And so, but once I got my foot in that door and I just seen how big the world could be in the world of banking, again, I just kind of took it and ran with it. Decided that I wanted to go back and continue my education. That was really important to me. It took me a while to get my degree, but I did get it. don't think that I'll continue that. So I decided to add a second major to my accomplishment so that I can just kind of be one and done. But in any event, I would encourage anyone to follow your passion. You have to have a love for what you want to do. You have to be a people person. And that's what kind of sets me apart working for a credit union, because we are for the people, by the people. We're owned by our members. There are some distinct differences that set us apart from your average bank. I love that relationship building. I think I created or invented a new word called credit unionized, because I got my start at a bank 30 years ago, and I have been credit unionized since then. And so I spent the first 5 years of my career working at a bank and the last 25 working for credit unions.
Amazing. And yes, she has. And the reason I can vouch and assure you of that is because this is my best friend, y'all. My best friend. We've been friends since we were what? Forever?
5. Yep.
5? About
Yeah,
4
we
or 5.
started kindergarten together, so we have pictures. My mother has us side by side. We started kindergarten together. We graduated high school together, and we went on to our various lives, adult lives. I believe that you coordinated. You were the coordinator for my wedding. I was your maid of honor in your wedding. So we definitely have a long history. My children refer to you as Auntie. We're also very proud of you. And definitely, I'm just happy to be a part that you invited me on the show. You have a vast, very diverse audience. I'm excited about that. And yeah, there we go. I'm just excited about what God is doing in your life, what he's doing in my life, and how he still has kept us together over 30 some years. We're actually, if I had to call numbers, we're probably over 45 years being in each other's lives. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Yes, me either, girl. Y'all, it's amazing, to have Terry is always been very intelligent, very smart. She used to win all of the Jack games, all of the marble games, and I used to get mad all the time. But she's just always been just a really big asset in my life, and she is amazing. And I'm not just saying that because we're on the show, but I really know Terry is an amazing person. And when she says she has a passion, she definitely has a passion, and she's been in this banking industry, and wherever she's went, I've kind of followed, and she's been amazing. And so I would recommend, if you have any questions concerning banking, if you have, I'm so happy about the position that you hold now with being able to work in a diverse community to help and educate. A lot of people are not educated about banking and not educated about credit and the importance of things, because, you may still be doing things the old way. I just recently stopped carrying so much cash, and I've been, doing more of letting, the credit union cover me and hold the FDIC and all that you said earlier. Because I was old school, I was just used to carrying a lot of cash. And so when you have someone like Terry, in your corner in the banking industry that you could trust, she will be able to, or your banker will be able to direct you in what is going to work best for you. So
absolutely. And if I could just speak to your audience, I want to speak to those people that may be embarrassed and may feel like, I ain't never paid my bills on time. I ain't never had, this is where it starts. This is what we are here for. So we're here to educate you, not judge you. We're here to set you on the right path. We're here to offer that autonomy to you as well. We're here to keep your information confidential. We're here to keep your information private. But again, my success is your success. Your success is my success. I exist because of you. And so it's always, it just it motivates me even more to help those people that think that I ain't gonna never get out of this. Maybe I filed bankruptcy. Maybe I did this. You know what? It's okay. You got to trust somebody. And if you want to have something, when you know better, you do better. To whom much is given, much is required. So I just really want, or even vice versa, to whom much is required, much is given. I mean, you have to look at it from both standpoints. And again,
Yes.
I want to be that stepping stone to help those realize financial success, no matter how bleak the picture looks, how impossible it looks. I want to be there to just help.
And I will second that emotion on that, honey, because you have definitely helped me. I'm not going to be very transparent, but y'all already know, at points in our lives, because you never know what can happen. You may not be where you want to be, but being embarrassed is not for Miss Terry. She is going to help you. She is going to pull you out and build you and, educate you. So I like to say that for a certainty, because, irregardless of friends or not, when it comes to business, business is business. So, so she is awesome. And I'm glad that you said that, Terry, because a lot of people are embarrassed of their situation when it comes to credit or when it comes to finances, but like you said, start where you are and build. That's all we can do. And Terry is here to help you. And there are organizations here, as she mentioned earlier, that can help you get back on track or build, either one, or sustain. You know what I'm saying? Some of us may be doing very well, but you need a little direction. That's what Terry is for, in education, in this industry, in the finance industry. So, Terry, if you could leave something with us right now, encouraging us in this capacity, what would it be? What would be your words?
Definitely. Again, it's never too late. It don't matter how old you are. I've met with people that were in their 70s and 80s that have never had credit, and that have said to me things like, "Well, I've always paid for things with cash." There are people out there, and that's okay. Again, you have to start somewhere. It's never too late. And if I can't point you in the right direction, if I can't get you what you need and what you want, I can point you in the right direction. Again, maybe it's not yes. Maybe it's just not right now. Let's do this before we get here. Let's do this before we do this. So again, I'm your girl. Come see me. I'm at 402-819-3592 or Terry AS at veridiancu.org.
Thank you, Terry, so much. And I am going to ask, after the show, if you could just put that information in the comments. And if there's any questions, guys, that you have asked that we were not able to answer as the interview was going on, we're going to answer those questions later. I will make sure Terry gets any questions that you may have. Her information will be out there, her website, her email rather, and her any information to be able to reach her to help you in any capacity that you may need it. Miss Terry Sanders, this has been a pleasure. I appreciate you coming in, sharing with us, letting us know what you got going on. And we can find you again once a month on Wednesdays on channel WOWT6, correct?
WOWT6 Omaha every day. I record on Wednesday, and then they actually will run it live on Monday, the following Monday. If you miss it, my last two segments are on their website. Just go, you can just search for Omaha Every Day, WOWT6 Omaha Every Day, Veridian Credit Union, and you can find all of my previous segments there. We talked about savings, we talked about credit. On Wednesday, I'm going to talk about youth financial literacy. So again, just feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to look me up. We'll put that information in the chat, and don't hesitate to call me if I can help.
Yes, and if you can't do that, you can go through me and I'll get you to her.
Definitely, because I think you got me on speed dial, right?
Of course, I know your phone number, girl.
Right.
I appreciate you, Terry. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Guys, please take a look at her segments if you can. Reach out to her if you need her. We in this community, we do need to realize how important building, our financial stability is. Okay. So we have someone right here in the community that is available and we have access to. So, hey, let's take advantage of her, y'all. All right. And Terry, again, thank you for joining the show, My Curvy Life. Thank you for listening, for all your support. If you reach this video and it's over, please push the replay, okay? It is out here for your convenience, all right? So with that being said, everyone, do have a good night. Again, Terry, thank you, and you have a wonderful night. And thank you for being a part of My Curvy Life.
Thank you, Fonda.
Self-care.
My baby, my Valentine. Can I hit the making what temperature is? If you leave me a good time, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be